Alright, so welcome to another video. We're going to be taking a look at Rainbow Six Siege running on our Lenovo Ideapad 5 Ryzen 4500U with the integrated Vega 6 graphics. So you guys know I've been doing quite a few videos on this laptop on the channel. It's been going really well. I'm going to get more into the game testing now. I may do some more things with the laptop. I may try to do some video exporting. I may eventually open the laptop up. I don't know what all I'm getting into right now. I want to concentrate on getting some game videos out because I've also got some other important videos for the channel that aren't related to this laptop that I need to get out as well. Just another quick piece of information for those of you that are already in the community and have been asking about this laptop, and you've been asking about the 4700U a lot, and if it's going to make a performance difference. Yes, it is going to make a performance difference. You've got 2 more cores there, and you've got a Vega 7, which is about 1.43, I think, teraflops, versus the Vega 6 in the 4500U, that's about 1.14 teraflops, and you're going to want 16 gigs of RAM for sure if you go for a 4700U. I just want to throw that out there for you. So let's go ahead, fire up Afterburner. We're going to check this out in 720p, 1080p, a couple of different maps, and low, medium, and high settings for 720p because you can play 60 FPS at high settings in this game most of the time. So let's go check it out. Alright, so here we are at 720p, full screen, and don't worry, I will kick that VSync off for us here in just a minute. I almost forgot to do it, because you do want, I did want VSync when I was playing on the monitor earlier that's only 60 hertz. But anyways, I'll tick that off here in a minute. We're on a low preset, so we're going to start off that way. Low preset, 720p, we're going to go to a couple different maps, and we're going to see a few different settings in here and what kind of performance we're going to get for this game. So I've had a few people ask to see this. I have to warn you up front, this is not my game. I only played this one other time during a free weekend, so I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing in here. Just was never a big fan of the game, never had a lot of time to get into it, so I apologize for the very poor gameplay. You're going to have fun just watching me die. I do not get any kills through this entire video or anything. But anyways, you know, poor gameplay doesn't lower your FPS, luckily. So anyways, sorry up front for the horrible gameplay in here, but I hope this gives you a good idea for how this game is going to run for you on this laptop or something similar with this 4500U. So 720p, again, all low on the preset. For whatever reason in the beginning or in this map, the CPU side was taking a pretty good hit. That 100%, I'm not sure what was up there. I noticed some games do that to this CPU. I think it's because of a lot of the shared resources. But then there's other areas or maps that it drops back down to 60s or 70s where I would expect it. So who knows what's up with that. Anyways, as always, this is running on extreme performance. Like I said, I will test all the games at extreme performance mode on the Lenovo just to make sure we always are getting that peak performance. However, like I've said before, intelligent cooling is kind of where it's at. You're not really going to get a lot of gaming difference in that. You're still going to get that boost clock and everything work out just fine. So you can see here we've been running pretty good frames for 720p low settings. You're probably going to want to lock at 60 regardless because of the panel. It looks horrible at high frame rate when you go past 60, but I did this so that you guys can just see kind of what it's capable of. Of course, there's a lot of different combinations you can do with locking frame rate and what graphics you want to tweak independently and things like that to make it the kind of experience you want. But this will just give you a general idea of what we're going to be able to get here with this. So game actually ran a lot better than I anticipated it to. No crashing issues, no problems, no real like stutters. It stayed great, no real big issues. So let's jump over here. We're going to change over to 1080p. It's the only change we're going to make. We're going to stay low. You don't really want to go above low at 1080p. So we'll roam around here a little bit. And you'll see running around with this guy's a little bit different than roaming around with your character. We'll get to take a look at that. But you're still going to hold a fairly decent frame rate, surprisingly, in this game on all low at 1080p. So we'll take a look at this for a minute. Another question I had from someone in the community was, can you open this laptop with one hand? And no, you can't. There are only so many laptops. Actually, Dell just put out one of their first with their XPS 13 to 2020 version that you can actually open that with one hand now. And of course, the MacBook Air 2020 and some other laptops out there. But no, on the budget, most budget laptops that I know of anyway, and this one, you're not going to be able to open it with one hand. The hinges feels pretty nice. It's a little bit loose at the beginning, so it's kind of easy to start the lid, and then it gets a little bit stiffer and holds it in place very nicely. It doesn't move around on you or anything like that. So I know somebody had a question about that. If you're watching this video, hopefully you'll hear the answer in here. So unfortunately, I don't do anything exciting here. I'm just going to run around the building. Like I said, I don't play this game. So, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what it's going to do. So just kind of run around, and you'll see what's up. But impressive at 1080p to pull off a decent frame rate. I know this isn't necessarily a hard game to run, but on a laptop, I was still pretty impressed. I still believe 720p is the way to go with just about any game you're going to play on this build. Definitely 720p. But every now and then I like to throw the 1080p in there just to see what the system's going to do. Now, if you have any plans to run your laptop monitor at the same time as an external monitor, I wouldn't. It doesn't work very well. It really taxes the system. If I were to benchmark games with the laptop monitor on, we would lose 10 to 20 FPS off the bat, and our frame times would go all over the place. So you've got to choose one, either be on your laptop screen or be on the external monitor. It's really the only way to go, unless you're doing something not super taxing, then you probably get away with it. Alright, so we'll get to watch me, I think we get to watch me die here again here in a minute, and then we're going to hop over and we're going to change our settings again for you. I know it's not the most exciting video, but it's going to give you the information that you're looking for if you want to know if you can play this game on one of these processors. So we're going to stay 1080p low on the settings and check out this other area here. This will probably be one of the last 1080p's we do, and then we're going to hop over and we're going to check out 720p at more of a medium and high setting, and the game's just going to look a lot better, and we're still going to maintain a really good and really playable frame rate with this laptop. So really amazing here what AMD is doing with the 4500U. Now, I've had somebody ask another question that was, why is a Vega 6 not, why is a Vega 8 not in the 4500U, and why is a Vega 6 scoring higher on certain things? They are a different architecture. These APUs, the 4000 series, Vega 6, 7, and 8, these are not the other generation 6, 7, and 8. They're not the 3500 and 45. They're not the same thing. These are different architectures. They run completely different. It's kind of like talking Ryzen 2600 and Ryzen 3600. We're talking different things here, and that is why. That is why that is. You're not comparing apples to apples from last gen Vega to the new Vega architecture they're using now. So that's what's going on with that. Alright, so let's go ahead and change over. Let's get back into 720p. Let's get into medium. And that way we can start bumping these graphics up, and you can see what this laptop is doing, what this AMD 4500U is doing with only the 8 gigs of RAM, 512 megabytes dedicated RAM to the video. And what it's able to pull off here. It's actually pretty impressive, and every game I've tested so far, although not playable for me in a lot of ways, some of these games, amazing that the laptop can run them either way, especially at the price of the $680 I paid in the US for this particular build. And one of the reasons why I got this configuration is it's the only one you could get here when I ordered it, and I wanted to get it here as quick as I could. So, and it's a great budget option. You don't have to have 16 gigabytes of RAM if you don't want to, or if you want to save the money. But if you're going with a higher, like a 4700U, 4800, even 46, whatever, you might want to think about it. I think you can get away with the 8 just fine on this laptop, but sure, you'll get a little bit more performance out of 16, maybe some more smoothness, but it's not going to make a dramatic difference. So, and you can see here at medium we did just fine, running at around the 60 FPS and above, depending on what we're doing. Most games I've noticed you got to run low 720p on this laptop, on this 4500U, but this one, kind of like Overwatch actually, I was able to get medium I think on that game at one point pretty well, but this game runs even easier. So there I died again. Let's go ahead and jump up to high at 720p, and we'll take a look here, and we'll be getting ready to wrap this video up here in just a minute. So here you go. Now we're at high 720p and things are looking even better, and we're still maintaining a great frame rate. Not a big difference in performance, however, I can definitely tell just from looking at the game that we're definitely gaining. So now you don't have to restart this game to change your settings as long as you're in between maps. If you're on a map and you try to change settings, you're going to run into a problem. Alright, and we're staying at high. We're inside. I just wanted to show the two different areas so that you can see for yourself how it runs. And we'll just hang out in here and kind of get ready, and we'll get ready to wrap up the video. But basically an extremely playable game on this laptop, Lenovo Ideapad 5. I have the 15-inch platinum gray with IPS sRGB. It's like 64-68% color accuracy. I have no problems with the screen. I know some people would. If you have it next to a more accurate screen, you're going to notice it more, but I don't personally have any issues with it. I think for most people it'll work fine, but if you can upgrade to the 100% where you're at in your area, go for it. But this is a great budget laptop, so no issues. 8 gigs of RAM, 512 gigabyte SSD, the AMD Ryzen 4500U with integrated Vega 6 graphics. So no problems. Loving this laptop. Any questions, guys, about games, things that you want to see? I can't give you everything you want, but I'm working on it. There's only so much time I have to work on these videos, but definitely hit me up with your questions. The community is also growing here and getting really good at answering things that they already know here, so definitely jump in and get involved in the comments. And with these videos, I have prior videos I will put in the description of the video below, going over this laptop in more detail so you can see the laptop and see more about its performance for sure. But this is just another gaming benchmark. I think it's the 4th one I've done on this laptop. I've got about 6 or 7 more I'm working on, and then I'll create the next list of games that I'm going to have on here to test. I think Rocket League, Battlefront 2, and Jedi Fallen Order are the next 3 coming out over the next couple of days. So I also have some new Shadow videos coming out. I'm trying to get my hands on a few more things for the channel. Even maybe might get lucky and get a Swift 3. I don't know, though. I'm really trying to see if I can borrow one from someone to compare, or if I can find a way, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm working on getting some things. So anyway, guys, thanks for checking out this video. I hope it lets you know how this game is going to run for you. Please give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe. It means a ton to me. Get active in the comments if you have questions about this laptop or this processor in general, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot.